All right, guys. Um, Back with the next video. I want to go over quadrants 2 through 4 in this unit circle thing, and hopefully it'll go by pretty smoothly if you understood the previous one. Okay. Let's backtrack a step here. And so here, when we're looking at this point right here, again, the angle that forms it was pi over 6 radians. Okay, and the coordinates of that point were 1/2, comma. Oh, excuse me, it wasn't 1/2. It was √3/2, and then 1/2. All right, that was the coordinates of that point of pi over 6. Okay, now if we go to quadrant 2, all right, let's see if we can find the mirror image of this point on quadrant 2. Well, we just kind of go horizontally over right here, whoop, and we're here. Okay, this angle pi over 6 is our 30-degree angle. And really what we're looking for is the supplement, okay? So the supplement over here is this angle over here, which is 150 degrees, which is 5 pi over 6, okay? So this angle over here is 5 pi over 6. All right, and again, just a straight horizontal line across, which is 150 degrees, okay? Now, look at our point, all right? Well, this point here has the same y value as the point over there. Okay, so the y value is the same of 1/2. Only difference is now the x value is negative. So instead of having √3/2, we're going to have negative √3/2. Okay, so we have negative √3/2. Let me clean this parenthesis up a little bit here. Okay, so at pi over 6, hopefully we understand how the point that the pi over 6 angle makes is √3/2, comma 1/2. All right, so when we go to the supplement of that, which is at 5 pi over 6, directly across, okay, we should see that the x value just becomes negative because now we're going to the left. Y value stays the same. Okay. Here at our pi over 4, which is our 45-degree angle, and I'm not going to write it in degrees. Y'all can kind of figure it out. So we know at pi over 4, both x and y values were √2/2. Okay, that point right there at pi over 4, again, the angle is pi over 4 radians in our little right triangle here. So pi over 4 radians, we do the sine to get the y value, cosine to get the x value. They happen to be the same. Again, pull from the previous notes if you need to. And we get the points √2/2, √2/2. Okay, if we come directly across here, all right, this point over there was 3 pi over 4. All right. And again, what we see should happen here is that the y value stays the same. It's still up √2/2. However, the x value is now negative. So it's not √2/2. It's negative √2/2. Hopefully we kind of see how this works here. All right. Okay, here, if we have this point here, which was pi over 3. All right, pi over 3 is the angle. All right, it just flips these two values. So 1/2 is our x value. Root 3 over 2 is our y value. Again, the previous video on quadrant 1 goes over this. Okay, so coming across here, this point here, which running out of room, so I'm going to put it inside here. So the angle is 2 pi over 3. Again, we got that from the first video that we did. And again, we're just going to change the x value to negative, keep the y value the same. Because again, the x value comes to the left, so it's a negative x value. The y still comes up, so it's still positive. So we're going to have negative 1/2 at that point, and then root 3 over 2 here. All right. Again, the first video kind of goes over these three, how we get these 3 points there using the sine and cosine of these angles right there. So make sure you watch previous videos to get that. And so now we're just kind of using a little common sense. Okay, when we're coming from here over here, right, we find these matching points. Okay, we see, well, okay, the y values don't change. The y values stay the same. They still go up as high, but now the x values are just reflected, horizontally. Okay. Now, if we come down, some of my markings are going to get a little screwed up here. Oh, well. All right, so coming down. All right, now let's finish these red ones here, okay? So here we have 5 pi over 6 is negative root 3 over 2 and 1/2. When we come down here to this point, which I believe is like 210 degrees, that point right over there is going to be at 7 pi over 6 radians. Now notice what happens here. At 7 pi over 6, the x and the y are both negative. So the x value is still negative root 3 over 2. Now the y value is negative 1/2 at that point. All right, and if we come across over here, right there, and so this point here is 11 pi over 6 radians, okay? (11 pi over 6 radians over here. All right, and so now we should have a positive x value and a negative y value. So our x value is going to be root 3 over 2. X value is, or excuse me, the y value is going to be negative 1/2. All right. If we look at our 45-degree angles, it's a 45-degree angle. 45 degrees is pi over 4. So we have pi over 4 and 3 pi over 4 here. Coming here down to here, okay, again, we have root 2 over 2. Negative root 2 over 2 is our x. Root 2 over 2 is our y. When we come from here to here, all right, the x value stays negative. The y value becomes negative. All right, so coming down here, and this point is at 5 pi over 4. Okay, the angle is 5 pi over 4. And so now we're going to be at negative root 2 over 2, comma, root 2 over 2. All right, if we come across here to where the angle is 7 pi over 4, okay, we're going to have a negative root or positive root 2 over 2 for the x value. The y value is going to be negative root 2 over 2. All right. So, last but not least, we had our 2 pi over 3 angle here. 2 pi over 3. All right. This is 3 pi over 3 right there at the 180 mark. So this here is going to be 4 pi over 3. All right. And so this point, again, the x value stays negative. So we're going to be at negative 1/2. Y value now also becomes negative root 3 over 2. That's going to be that little green point right there. Coming across here. So here the angle is 5 pi over 3. And our point is going to be at positive 1/2. Negative root 3 over 2. If you have any questions as you're going through this, let me know. Again, there's the radians video. You want to look at that one first. Then you want to look at the trig with the special right triangles video. And, then you want to look at the first unit circle video for the first 2 pages. Then you want to look at the second unit circle video where I do the first quadrant. So then we did the video with the first quadrant. And then for quadrants 2 and 4, we can kind of copy these numbers along here to here and just see, okay, well, from here to here, the x values is changed to negative, the y values stay the same. Okay. Well, from quadrant 2 to quadrant 3, well, the x values stay the same, but now the y's become negative. Quadrant 3 to quadrant 4, the x values become positive again. The y values stay negative. All right. So if you do have any questions, let me know. I'll be happy to explain it in further detail if you need to. But the rest of the video should kind of give you a good scoop on things, and hopefully this stuff kind of helps you. Again, I would make sure you have this thing filled out. Very important that you do so. That'll sort of save you a lot of trouble in the long run. In addition, knowing these, the sine, cosine, of pi over 6, pi over 3, pi over 4, knowing these and having these somewhere in your notes, very, very, very beneficial. And, again, this first page sort of gives us a background information about how we find these x and y coordinates. Okay. Best of luck, guys, and I'm here if you have any questions. Take care.